What's up? So listen, they love you. Let's just get it out of the way. They love you, just to let you know, okay? So listen, some of the interviewers, you say they ask the same questions over and over again. Some of the people, you don't do a lot of talk shows, but just doing the magazines and on the red carpet, right?
Right, yeah, you get the same questions over and over. They don't come up with anything too original.
Yeah. Don't yell at me, but I'll try to be different. But some of the viewers haven't seen didn't see all the interviews. Like my parents are excited to meet Avril now up close and personal, so I have to ask some questions. But
okay.
If they're really, what are the lamest ones you get though?
One that's really annoying, I get every single interview pretty much, is, so Avril, you've had, you've had a huge past 2 years. How does it feel? What's happened?
Yeah.
How do you feel? What's it been like?
Yeah.
It's like, I can't sum it all up.
Yeah, it's hard to sum up.
Or what's the highlight? And I'm like, I don't know, everything.
Okay, that's easy. Kilborn shows the highlight. That's easy.
Yeah.
That's an easy.
Yeah.
It is too. Especially if you're going on the red carpet, and they say, "How's it feel last 2 years?" What are you gonna say? You're gonna sum it up. Great.
Good.
Yeah, it's better than. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, better than your 2 years. Whatever. Maybe I should write some stuff for her. I don't know. You got your start at 14, right? 14 years old?
I sang my first solo when I was 10 years old.
And where was that at?
That was at church. My mom went to the choir director and was like, my daughter sings, can you just let her sing? And
did you sing a pop song there at the church, or did you sing a church song?
I sang a Christmas gospel song, and it was called Near to the Heart of God. I sang that at the age 10, and then everyone wanted me to sing everywhere in town.
How great did that feel when you were singing at age 10?
Awesome, because that was my first solo when I was 10 years old, and before that, I had to do duets with people and little lines here and there, and I hated that. I hated having to share a song and share a mic. It was the most annoying thing.
That's a pain.
So,
You want to it's your voice. Yeah.
And then my parents were extremely supportive and always trying to, get me gigs places, and they just really pushed me. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
And when you were 10, so that first time at the church when you're 10, are you nervous, or is it kind of like a coming out party where this is where I belong?
I've never been nervous. I don't know why. I've always loved being on stage in front of people. And my parents would have company over at the house, and I'd go running into the family room and stand on the couch and start singing. Or I'd go, whenever we had company at the dinner table, I'd have to stand on the chair to tell the funny story.
Yeah.
I was that kid.
You need attention,
Kind of.
I did that, I just couldn't sing, 6'5" guy on the couch trying to get attention as a kid, teenager.
But something that was really cool for me when I was 14 years old, my dad was listening to the radio, and there was this contest that they had out where, you submit a tape of you singing a Shania Twain song, and the winner gets to go up on stage and sing with her.
Oh, wow.
And I was 14 years old, so I sang the song, What Made You Say That, which was off of her first record, and submitted it, and I won, and I got to go to Ottawa to the Chorale Center, and I was 14, and I walked up on stage in front of about 20,000 people and sang the song. But the coolest part of the story was 3 or 4 years later, I sold the Chorale Center out and had my own show. Oh, you sold it out?
Oh, that's great. That's exciting. So, when you,
Really, it was just unbelievable, because when I walked up on stage with her, I just kept thinking, there's no way in hell, I have to be doing this with my life. It was the best feeling ever, and I knew I had to be doing that.
Did you share a mic with Shania? At 14?
Yeah.
Well, then what's that all about? I thought you didn't like that. No, that's fine. But then 4 years later, you sold the place out. Now, let's talk about this new album. They say, now, who didn't know about what you were doing? Your record label and your people didn't know that you were writing it kind of secretly?
I got off my world tour in June, and a week later, I met Chantal Kreviatsik, and
we've had her on the show.
There she is.
We've had her on the show. She's great. She's a singer.
Well, we'd already known known each other because her husband had toured with me. He's Rain Maida from Our Lady Peace. And we met, and I was in town, and she was in town, and we did lunch, and...
That's what you do in L.A. You do lunch.
Yeah.
You do lunch.
Toronto.
Yeah. She lives out in the Malibu area?
Yes, but she also has a place in Toronto, and I had just gotten back to Toronto, and I just purchased a little condo, and so we were just hanging out, and I just said out.
Yeah.
We were hanging out.
Right.
And
now, why is that funny? That's how all the Canadians talk. Canadians say that all the time.
I get made fun of it.
Yeah.
For saying out and about and house.
Everybody
all
does.
The
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So now when I say it, I'm quite aware of it.
Good.
Eh?
I wish all Canadians were aware of it when they said it. Yeah, 'cause it's out, about. Yeah, it sounds funny to us. We're laughing all the time. But so you wrote it. You're in Malibu with
anyway,
Chantal?
so we had lunch, and then I asked her if she wanted to sing with me. I asked her if she wanted to write.
Yeah.
And we wrote a song every night for 2 weeks. A song every night. We were so inspired, and I had just gotten off tour, so I had so much to write about, and I hadn't been writing for a long time, so... What? Shut up!
You said about it. That's fine. It's good. So, but you wrote it out here in California, and no one knew about it, just you and Chantal, right?
For 2 weeks in Toronto, we wrote it.
Okay.
We wrote a bunch of songs together, and
Yeah.
no one knew.
Yeah.
And it was awesome, and then I called up my manager, Shauna, and I was like, hey, I have a whole bunch of songs. I'm ready to record. And then I just went out to LA and recorded.
And this is the album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow. Stay right there. More with Avril Lavigne, including 5 questions.